Welcome to the Brooklyn Bros podcast. I'm your host, Anthony. To the left of me,
Isaiah.
to the right of me,
D-Ro.
and we're here to bring you all type of sport conversations, mainly basketball. We're going to start off, kind of give you a background of who we are, how we got into basketball. Then we're going to get into like the off-season moves and kind of give like our predictions of like what's coming next in the season. So I'm Anthony. I was, born in Brooklyn, raised in Brooklyn. I started watching basketball religiously like around 2015. And that was really like when I started paying attention. You hear everybody talking about basketball. So you kind of want to get into the conversations. Isaiah?
I started off watching basketball probably around after I pretty much started playing, which I'm pretty much a late bloomer. Started playing like high school. And yeah, around high school I started watching basketball. Loved the game.
Dario?
Yeah, for me, it started pretty earlier, not as early as the pros and stuff, but I've been watching basketball a lot since I was 12 years old. Been a huge Knicks fan since 12 years old. Probably watched every single Knicks game since I was like 16. I try to watch every single game. So yeah, huge Knicks fan. I played AAU basketball. Always try to play basketball throughout my whole life, so it's a big part of my life.
So, we all definitely played some basketball within our lives. Some at different levels than others, but basketball has always been like our go-to sport as a friend group, our other friends and us. For me, my first favorite player was Paul George. He was a GOAT in the Pacers, going against Miami Heat, going against LeBron. Currently, I'm a LeBron fan. You gotta respect the greatness and appreciate it while it's still here. Dario?
For me, when I was really young, when I first started watching, like around the time where LeBron was a rookie in his first couple of years with Cavs, he was my favorite player at first. Soon as he left to the Heat, I was like in fifth grade at that time. I hated him instantly. I wanted him to come to the Knicks, so ever since then I didn't like him. So now I've just been a huge Knicks fan. My favorite player since then has been Carmelo, even since the Nuggets. Ever since Carmelo retired, is Stephen Curry. Yeah.
Isaiah?
Always been rocking with my boy KD. The way he shoot over everybody is just can't guard him. Unstoppable.
Best player ever?
Of course.
All right.
That's crazy.
So that kind of gives you like a background of like how we got into basketball, who our favorite teams / players are.
That shows you who we're going to be biased for and against.
Exactly. So
an idea.
this guy's a Knicks fan. This guy's a KD fan. I'm a LeBron fan. So we're going to go into like the off-season moves and kind of like say, give a grade more or less to like who did the best this off-season. And I think we got to start off with the 76ers.
Yeah, if you ask me personally, I feel like the 76ers have done the best this offseason. They managed to keep Kelly Oubre. They managed to keep Lowry. They got the big splash with Paul George. They filled in with
Caleb Martin, Andre Drummond.
They're filling it in with good role players. So
They got Maxey still.
They re-signed Maxey to give him that extension. So 76ers right now is honestly looking like they made the best moves to compete with obviously the Celtics because they the champions, they the Eastern Conference champions. So, and they kept basically their same team. So they looking like the number one. And we could have our different biases. 76ers made the best moves. They looking like the second best team. And then we can go into the Knicks. We got our local Knicks fan here. He could tell you everything that happened this offseason.
Nah, but for real, just to finish the 76ers point, I think that they are looking like the best team in the East, I'll be honest with you. And that's me
Better than
speaking.
the Celtics?
As me speaking as a Knicks fan and as me speaking, knowing how dangerous the Celtics could be.
Okay.
If you look at it just on paper, I think the 76ers have the scariest roster right now. I'm not gonna lie.
They got that 1 through 7, the
Celtics came back with the same team. You got things look down paper. Sorry to cut you off.
No, you're good. You're good. Paper, being on paper is different than what's actually going to happen. We don't know if they're going to work.
Chemistry. They don't got chemistry. They're going to fall off just how a lot of teams do.
So Sixers definitely made a step up, had probably the biggest splash in the offseason. The Knicks they traded for
Mikal Bridges.
Sorry about that. But they traded for Mikal Bridges. They re-signed OG Anunoby. They got Julius Randle coming back from injury. They lost Hartenstein. And who else did they get?
Well, they've signed Cameron Payne.
Okay.
So I think a 1-year deal. And yeah, that's pretty much the big splash with Kel Bridges.
Yeah, that wasn't like a off-season signing. It was a trade, but still, the Knicks looking probably like the third, fourth best team. What do you think, Isaiah?
I want to say people forget that they got Randall.
That he was hurt.
People expect for a big trade, but they already got Randall, so they don't need that much.
Two-time All-Star, giving you 23 and 10. So I mean, that's a double-double. He ain't bad. What you think about them saying Randall is a ball stopper, right? You think he's gonna fit in? Like, once he got hurt, Brunson stepped up and he was the man.
Gonna fit in. He has to fit in. He don't got too many options. He's coming off an injury.
Mm-hmm.
Brunson's taking over the Knicks.
Got all these other
He
guys.
already got a full line.
Okay. So the next team we're gonna talk about, I think that maybe like not as good as the 76ers and the Knicks. We got OKC. They traded for Alex Caruso. They signed Hartenstein, stole him from the Knicks.
Yeah, that's a big blow for the Knicks right there. Yeah, the center position for the Knicks is looking suspect. I love Mitchell Robinson, but we all know he's injury prone, and you can't expect him to play 82 games and stay healthy throughout the playoffs. And if we want to make it to the championship, that center position got to be locked down, especially with Embiid over there in Philly. Somebody got to stop him.
We see how Embiid treat Mitchell Robinson, so I don't know. That could be a problem.
Yeah, Hartenstein did a great job on him last year, but yeah, so the center position is looking very suspect for the Knicks right now.
You think with what OKC added, they can compete again for the number 1 seed? Also, kind of like a side question, was their number 1 seed justified? Like, do you think, they just won games, they young, they play hard, but like, did they deserve it kind of?
I do think OKC lacks something.
Something? You just don't know what it is, but...
Maybe it's the experience, but they definitely lack something.
Okay. So, do you think what they added helps?
They just added more young people. They got Caruso. He's a good defender, but he don't really add too much to the table in my opinion.
In terms of experience.
In terms of experience and in terms of just points in general, he probably get a good 7. Less than 10 sometimes.
Yeah, definitely. Like maybe a 10, good 2 steals maybe, defending probably the best player on the other side.
And I don't think that's what OKC needs to
take it to the next step. Okay. So OKC, that was like a little sleeper. We got the Kings. The Kings signed or traded for DeMar DeRozan. That's a bucket. Straight bucket. Don't matter if it's mid-range, only mid-range, but he gets you a fucking bucket.
Automatic.
So,
no, yeah, I just wanted to say what I thought about that. I think it's good for Sacramento. I think it definitely makes them a better team. However, my personal opinion on DeMar DeRozan is that he's a playoff choke. I think he has that history, especially in Toronto, where
like with playing LeBron.
I mean, that's true, but however, you're supposed to step it up in the playoffs. It doesn't matter who you play against. There have been plenty of players who played against LeBron in the playoffs who step it up when they played against him.
Paul George.
A lot of players. And DeMar DeRozan is just not a person that's going to take you over the hump and get you to the promised land. And he showed that over his career, especially in Toronto with the Raptors. As soon as he left, they got a championship. I mean, I think he's in over his head. In a recent interview, he said that he thinks that the Raptors still would have got the championship if they didn't trade for him. I think he's crazy. I think he's bugging the fuck out. DeMar DeRozan, you're not good in the playoffs, my brother. And respectfully. And yeah, that's my opinion on that. The Kings might be a better team, but they're not getting no championship with DeMar DeRozan, brother.
You don't think Fox will take over?
Fox is a very good player. Yeah, he's a very good player. I think Sabonis is a very good player. I think Monk could turn it up. I think Davion Mitchell's a defender. I don't know if they kept him, but
Keegan Murray.
They just don't have enough to get to the promised land. They just don't have enough.
I don't know. I think they pretty...
Sleeper type pick?
I think it's a sleeper for because they definitely got a little squad, and I don't know. I feel like I seen Fox take over plenty of times from real.
He averaged like 27,
and he definitely got that clutch in him, and maybe DeRozan's that extra help he needed just to be a little over then instead of having to clutch it up or
by himself.
Exactly.
Definitely possible. So since we're talking about this, can we talk about who we think is the best teams in the West?
I mean, okay, hold on, real quick. Let's just finish the offseason moves, and I think off the top of my head, I could just say Chris Paul to the Spurs. I think it's gonna be great for fucking Wemby. Like that kid is the future. He got everything, talent, defense, offense. Like he got the moves, he got everything. He got the full package, and he's 7'4". Like what else can you do besides that? And now he got an experienced point guard who's gonna feed him the ball. Because last season they was not giving him the ball, and this man was playing like 28 minutes.
Not only that, but he's gonna be this is his second year, so he's gonna be experienced and just being around the NBA and knowing that flow.
So that was another offseason move. We got the Pelicans trading for DeJounte Murray, which kind of gives them like a lethal starting lineup with Murray. DeJounte Murray, CJ McCollum, Zion, Ingram, and I'm not 100% like
Valanciunas left. I'm not sure what's
Hubert Jones.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
So we know who their five is, but they got that good 1 through 4, and it's like in the West, it's all about them 82 games. Like,
Yeah, I don't see them going too far. Even though I really like the Pelicans and they do look good on paper,
But they just don't have enough.
I mean, I think the addition of Murray could really make them a little problem. Then they got Alvarado off the bench, so it's like that point guard position is going to be tough.
they're locked up.
On defense. It's going to be hard to score on those guys. And then they got McCollum who could take over, do some things with Murray in the backcourt. If anything, that's what the Pelicans were missing, the point guard. Do I see them winning the championship right there? I don't think so, but definitely is an improvement. I think they're better than the Kings, if you ask me.
I mean, if Zion can stay healthy,
yeah,
that's really the big question. I mean, that comes to every team.
He's look healthy. He's lost a lot of weight this offseason.
Yeah, I seen pictures. Put up the picture right here. But Zion definitely looking healthy. So we got OKC, Celtics, 76ers, Spurs, the Knicks. I think there was one more team you wanted to talk about that did had some
Mavs.
The Mavs. How could we forget?
Oh my God.
So Klay Thompson, 13 years, 4-time champion. The other half of the Splash Bros going to Dallas. The recent Western Conference Finals, made it to the NBA Finals. Got gentleman's sweep 4-1.
Yeah, I believe so.
What you think Klay brings to the table?
Can he perform?
But
Everyone hopes his title and everything. Everyone hopes for that title. What he stands for.
Mm-hmm.
But it's just can he perform?
What makes you think he can perform?
I feel like he's coming off a little off season.
he's not really.
He didn't do his best. Golden State.
Same Klay last year.
I think the last 2 years, Klay has been
2 years before this last season, he was hurt. Coming off of injuries, they was fucking with his.
Of course.
Putting him on the bench, that's disrespectful to him. That could definitely hurt the morale of a player.
I get you how that could play an effect on his role as a player.
My feelings on that is this might be like a refresher year for him because now it's way less pressure. When he's on Golden State, it's like him and Curry, where his last brother,
he's the number 2,
and we need you to perform. Whereas now he's gonna be with Luka and Kyrie, and there's way less pressure on him, and we just need you to make some shots here and there. We don't need you to be this defensive presence that you was. You're later in your career. We just need you to knock down some shots here and there, and I feel like that could be refreshing for him.
be that corner man.
And he doesn't need to be relied on as much. Mavericks look scary to me. I think they're the scariest team in the NBA right now.
Definitely. I think if Klay could perform, he's gonna do good in Mavericks. It's just he definitely has to adjust to a new role because, like you say, it was him and the Splash Brothers 1-2. Now he's definitely gonna be that third man. And
I feel like when KD was there, he was
Third man.
I feel like he sat in that role. Of course, since then he got injuries, so he's definitely older, lost a step or two, but
he was definitely there. When KD was there, he was definitely still performing
Yeah.
at a high level.
again, the
before injury, so that's
injuries really play crazy role. Age, not everybody's like LeBron and can last 21 seasons.
Yeah. While we still talking about the Mavericks, I would like to mention the fact that they added Quentin Grimes as well.
From the Knicks.
Yeah.
Okay.
He was actually on the Pacers recently, and they made a trade for him. So I think that's a good piece for the Mavericks as well. He's kind of like a younger version of Klay. Klay could teach him a lot.
Okay.
And he's going to bring that defense.
Man type of vibe.
Yeah, him interchanging with Klay could be very scary. I think that's something to look at right there that people aren't really considering right now.
So, I mean, I think those were like the major offseason moves, or at least the ones that we kind of wanted to talk about, you know, shine a light on it. So we're going to go into what Dario was saying. Like, what we think? Top five? Let's do top
We
five.
can do tough.
So we're going to do the top five in the East and the West. Which one y'all want to start? Which one you want to start with? Give your top.
Brooklyn.
Gonna do the East?
I gotta go with my list.
Or you want to think about it?
Yeah.
You want I can start?
You can start it. It don't matter.
All right, so let's go with the East. You know, we from Brooklyn, from New York City. We here on the East Coast, and I still think the Boston Celtics is number one. Number two, it's like really a toss up. Okay. I'm not gonna take injuries into the conversation because we're gonna hope everyone's healthy and it's just playing. I think the 76ers is number two because of Embiid. Nobody else in the East can guard Embiid when he's up rolling on all cylinders. Like, it's crazy. Then number three, I'm gonna pick the Magic. Fuck the Knicks. I'm joking. But
Really?
You don't believe that.
yeah, I don't believe that. But the Knicks is definitely the third best team. They got a great coach. He's gonna run them into the ground. Sorry, 48 minutes. Josh Hart playing 3 games in a row. It's crazy. But they got probably next to the Sixers, the deepest team. Because we going straight from the top. You got Jalen Brunson, probably Mikal Bridges starting, OG Anunoby, Julius Randle, and then let's say Mitchell Robinson. Then off the bench, you still got Hartenstein and Josh Hart.
You got her.
Yeah, no more Hartenstein.
Oh, my fault. I said Mitchell Robinson. I said they don't got, I said they got Mitchell Robinson, no Hartenstein. And then they got Josh Hart, DiVincenzo coming off the bench. Who's probably your 8th guy?
Yeah, you got DiVincenzo. You got Deuce McBride.
Deuce McBride showed up last year big.
Yeah, you got Jericho Sims still. That might be the backup center. Hopefully he can produce.
So right now, the Knicks looking like a deep team. Will all of them play? I don't know. With Tom Thibodeau, you never know. I mean, he might just play all 5 starters the whole game. So, got the Celtics, Sixers, the Knicks. Oh, damn. We didn't talk about the Bucks. That's crazy. The Bucks might be better than the Knicks.
I don't know. They coming off a year where they were looking very suspect.
But they got this chemistry now. You know what?
Do they?
I think I'm going to change my list. I'm going to go Celtics, Sixers, Bucks, Knicks, and it's a toss-up between the Pacers and the Magic for that 5th spot.
Am I bugging or Dame had surgery?
Nah, he wasn't hurt. He might have got hurt. He got hurt, and Giannis was hurt at the end of this.
I feel like Dame had some type of surgery or some shit.
Maybe.
He was hurt towards the end.
Maybe like a torso surgery or some shit. I can't.
He definitely was hurt in the playoffs because there was like a game where like Middleton took it all by himself.
Yeah.
So that's my top 5. Celtics, Sixers, Bucks, Knicks, and then a toss-up between the Pacers and the Magic. I don't know if y'all feel or agree with that list, if y'all want to make y'all changes.
I mean, I'll just give you mine. So I think number 1 got to be the 76ers.
Mhm.
With the older additions they've made, they look very scary in the way they were playing these playoffs. You know, I mean, I hate to say it as a Knicks fan, but they look very good. I think number 2 is the Knicks due to the Mikal Bridges trade and having OG Anunoby as well. They're looking like a team that could damn near stop every type of team, especially the Celtics, who I would put number 3. Due to the fact that OG Anunoby and Mikal Bridges are there, those are 2 players that you could put on Tatum and Brown and challenge those guys. And I feel like no other team in the East has that type of challenge for the Celtics.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, that's why I put the Celtics number 3. It was the defending champions. You still got to respect them. Number 4, you can't put the Bucks there because Giannis is a very, very scary player. He's a very good player. You still got Dame. He's coming off, he's getting a little older. He's not the same, but I still believe that they still got a little in the tank. And if you ask me, number 5, I would say the Magic. Don't get me wrong, the Pacers are coming up and coming, but I feel like Paolo Banchero is gonna step into his veteran year in a way. You could say. Yeah, it's like his 3rd, 4th year. So I think now he's seen the league enough. I feel like now he's ready to start dominating. And the Magic have got more experience and they're ready to step up. So that's my top 5.
Just to piggyback off his list, I feel like, off of what he just said, I think the Magic do kind of got to step over the Pacers because I think Paolo Banchero is a better player than Tyrese Halliburton. Like, if I just had to pick one or the other, I'm going to pick Paolo because He got the height, he got the size, he could score. You know, he probably just can't pass as good as Halliburton. So like, that's really,
I feel like he's the more impactful player on the court, though.
top 5 in the East.
I actually like Theo's list, but I'm gonna just switch the Knicks to number 1 just because they got championship chemistry, and I feel like that shit.
College?
It's very important.
And what the Celtics got? That's not championship chemistry?
It's hard to double. It's hard to repeat.
I mean, yeah, and we in a league right now where the last 6 championships have been different teams, and that's never happened. When we coming from the Warriors Cavs 5 years in a row.
And the Knicks is gonna have a full, healthy
Team.
If everyone stays healthy, I do think they're gonna be a problem.
What makes you so confident that they could get past the 76ers?
Or the Celtics.
I could understand the Celtics, but like,
76ers, I just feel like it will be up in the air for sure, but that's just me going for chemistry and stuff. I do think they have a better chemistry because they already know each other. They've been itching to play with each other. So like, there was a matter of time that trade was gonna happen.
For Macau. I mean, hey, listen, the Embiid and Max, he's been playing for years.
I do
Brown and Jackson
I do
been playing for like 7 years.
Philadelphia's offense is about to be a hell of a lot faster.
We got Maxey running the point, just running the ball down. And B can't be holding the ball for too long in the post, kind of. He can't be doing that.
you got the shooters in the background.
Yeah.
Might not be too much of a problem.
So then who's number 2? You got the Sixers or the Celtics? Because okay, you got the Knicks number
I
1.
got this
Sixers. You got
I think
Knicks.
number 1, 76ers.
76ers.
third Celtics.
And then who's 4?
4 would be what teams y'all doing there?
The Bucks, the 70s, the Bucks, the Panthers, or the
Pacers.
Other than that, I ain't really seeing any team past that ain't really even competing. And Pacers, Magic,
Yeah,
sure.
I probably put, but then
Bucks and then probably Pacers.
Pacers. So I think we more or less kind of agree on who the top 5 teams are. No one really put in a team that wasn't in the top 5, but like we just had them in different orders. So I think we could come to a consensus. We got the Knicks, the 76ers, the Bucks, the Knicks, and
The Magic.
Magic / Pacers, because they kind of like on the. I think they a step below those 4 teams. Those 4 teams got the top locked up, and then they're kind of like that sleeper pick team. Can y'all agree?
I'm
Wait, what's the sleeper pick?
The Pacers, Magic type.
Yeah, the Pacers Magic could take like that 5th spot possibly.
They're not gonna go far. It's too young. It's too early for them.
Which team?
Both is Pacers and
Yeah, 5th spots. Sounds solid for those 2.
That's kind of what they've been the last year, 2. So now we're going to go to the West. I'm going to just give you a quick rundown. We already know OKC number 1. Timberwolves was not my team. I'm saying who it was last year.
Okay.
OKC was number 1. Timberwolves number 2. Nuggets was number 3. Then number 4 was the 4-5 matchup with Dallas and who they played in the first round.
Dallas
And the Clippers.
Yeah.
Clippers.
That's
6 was the Phoenix, the Suns. 7 was the Lakers. 8 was the Pelicans. And then after that, I don't really think there's any.
That's the playing after that.
Yeah, that's the. Yeah, well, yeah. I mean, the Warriors. Warriors was in the plan, and then who was the other team?
The Kings. I think it was the Kings who might have been the Kings off the dead. So
Let's start with you. Got your top 5 for the West.
let's see.
That's just tough. Got the Grizzlies over there coming up. You got Ja coming back. Like Pelicans was a sleeper. Pelicans was in the plan. I think the Kings missed it. That's who the last place was.
It's a OKC.
Number 1. That's the best team in the West. You was over here talking about the Pacers ain't got no experience. Then you better put this 21 average team as the number 1 team in the West. That's a little crazy.
they were number 1 last year, and they made some addition.
Yeah, but like what that number 1 got them, they made like the second round. Like
Are we talking number 1 or
Who's gonna
win the championship. That's a good conversation because seeding.
It's different. Like
Who's gonna be the number 1 team in the East versus who we really think is gonna win the championship?
When I answer the question, I kind of consider like both.
Like if you're the number 1 seed, you're probably
probably
like
the best team in the East.
arguably.
I kind of answered it like on paper wise. Yeah, if it was.
So okay, you got OKC number 1. Who's number 2?
I put Denver number 1, OKC number 2.
OKC, Denver.
Part of me want to say LA, but maybe that's the dad in me. But
LeBron and Bronny. That was honestly the best offseason move. This whole second round pick. It's crazy. Getting Bronny. He should have never fell
That
that
lead in the draft.
So you really think he's gonna be a problem?
I think that was worth it.
to sign him.
Uh-huh. Yeah,
Bro, you know how much money he gonna make off for the team?
It's a 2 for 1. It's a 2-for-1
So
package.
you're saying it's worth it for Bronny, not the Lakers.
He's working for the Lakers. That's what I'm saying. They about to make man breach off of him. Who you think gets all the jerseys?
The Lakers need help making breach.
No, I mean that's the same. Do the Celtics need help?
it's all about. I mean,
LeBron. It's more about LeBron.
It is about LeBron. Okay, I mean, I think it's kind of hard to say in order who the best teams are. I mean, let's just kind of put a cap on this. Let's just do this shit together.
top five.
Top 5. OKC, Timberwolves, Nuggets, Dallas, and then at that point you could literally put
Any team you want. I agree with that. You can maybe put the Pelicans. You can maybe put the Lakers. You could put the Knicks. The Kings. That's what I meant to say.
the Kings, the Pelicans, the Lakers.
No.
Who knows? Curry come out here dropping 30 on these people's head.
Not consider Curry.
Did we say the Suns? I wouldn't even mention. How you even mention Kevin Durant, bro?
I don't like
KD
KD
on the Suns, to be honest.
You don't think that team is they're not built for each other? They don't mesh
They
well.
don't got to build a home base around.
There's nothing. I don't think there's nothing.
Devin Booker, arguably the
I understand, man.
first, second best shooting guard in the league.
He's a great player. I don't take nothing from him, but I don't think that's with KD. I don't think KD's gonna win chip there.
No.
You don't think they have enough?
No, and I just don't think Devin Booker's that guy. Also,
Why not?
I think he has a playing style. His playing style definitely changed when KD came around, and he hasn't been that same player. Even though there are games where he couldn't take over and stuff.
They had him running the point though, so it's kind of like he trying to look for that pass first when he's not locked in.
Into just
Exactly.
I'm the scoring guy.
That's not Devin Booker. Especially when that nigga practice, that nigga is definitely a nigga that's like, yo, I'm trying to score.
Didn't they sign a point guard though?
If they did,
Tyus Jones. I think it was Tyus Jones.
Tyus Jones is kind of like one of the top backup point guards.
So I
They
think-
could put him to start. Don't get me
I
wrong.
think I seen some
Do you
stat.
think you're winning a championship?
with Tyus Jones.
I don't know, but I seen some stat that man averaged like 7 assists per one.
Turnovers. He's really good. Don't discredit the guy, but is he championship material at the starting position?
Maybe not.
That's the question.
So okay, back to just the question at hand. Nuggets, OKC, Timberwolves, Dallas, and in that 5th spot, any one of us could literally argue for any team. I think the Lakers belong up there. You're King James.
I wouldn't mind, man.
So
I just feel like you can't discredit LeBron and Curry. Those are two guys that could always come up out of nowhere,
and then you
no
got
matter what team
and Kevin
walks
Durant
around them.
and Kevin Durant. I definitely fall into that same bracket.
I personally wouldn't put Kevin Durant in that category.
That's a conversation for another day. We just getting started. This is our first podcast. We here to bring you these conversations.
It's the warm up. It's the warm up.
It's the warm up. You already know the vibes. You're
Don't be scared. Comment down below. Let us know what you think.
fact. So then, I hope you guys liked our conversations. We just trying to get started, get the ball rolling. We got to start somewhere. I got to start from the ground up. You already know. You know the vibes. Nah, okay, that's too New York for y'all. I'm just joking. That's not me. But I'm happy you guys tuned in to listen. I hope you guys like, comment, subscribe. Thank you for coming to the Brooklyn Bros podcast. And, we're here for the vibes.
See you next week.
Stay tuned.
All right.